community, and it's called Betty's Besties, and also on YouTube. So I'll be live on both those places. If you don't like the the angle here or the vertical setup, you could hop over to one of those. On YouTube it's going to be horizontal. I use a different camera for that. So today was such a weird day. Okay, looks like that is, looks like it's happening. Oh yeah, I'm on Twitter too. I don't really know what that's like if anybody watches me over there, but I'm definitely on Twitter too. I wish this software would make it possible for me to go live on TikTok through there or Instagram. It's just so weird. I've never gone live on Instagram though, actually, so I don't even know what that's like. Okay, let me put this up. And I think I have to mirror the videos so that you'll see me crocheting the way that I crochet, which is right-handed. Let me just put this up. Okay, there we go. And then let me just plug in the power. Okay, so I'm doing the Invisible Woman hat, and heck, where'd it go? Here's one that I made the other day. Unfortunately, it's too big for me, so I can't really model it too well. I tried putting it on. It looks ridiculous. My head's so small. But this is what it looks like. And you can make this as short or as, hold on, let me change this view over here. Let me swap my cameras out. You can make this as wide, narrow, or as wide as you want. So normally I make them even wider than this, than what I have done here. I usually make them quite a bit longer because I like it to, when I wear it, I like it to come over the back of my head and protect my hair a little bit from getting wet, and kind of keeps my hair nice. And I started making these hats because I have longer hair, and I wear this knot a lot in the back, and I didn't want to put a hat on, or you know, like I didn't want to put a hat over that. I didn't want to do a messy bun beanie, because like that messy bun is kind of at the bun part is like kind of at the top, and that just wasn't really my style. So I just wanted something that would let me have my long hair in the back. So this is it. And you can make them more narrow or wider, however you like. It's great for people with longer hair or braids or dreadlocks, or you know, if you are like me and you want to wear your ponytail or your top knot in the back of your head, and not have to put it on top, you know, on the crown for a messy bun look. I'm already taking this off. Okay, so today I went digging in the stash because I just have not been. I was making let's see, originally I did this pattern in Lion Brand Ferris Wheel. Okay, so this was really all I had left of it, and I've got these two here, and I wanted to, I just felt like it wasn't really showing up too great on camera. This is what I was using for the prior two videos, and I thought, oh, this is just like a nice neutral color. It will show up nicely on screen, but I just can't. It's like, it's so ugly to me. So I went digging in the stash, and I just wanted to show what I came up with. This is Ferris wheel. I'm going to take that hook out of there because I don't know if I'll ever go back to finishing that. Set that aside. This is, you can tell this is old and it's been in a box. It was in the box of nice yarn, and I don't know why I don't go through that box more often, and why I will sometimes grab like some half skeins of something that I have left over from another project, instead of like really going to going into my nice yarn and using some of my quote unquote nice yarn. So I have this. I thought this might be nice. It looks a little on the thick side. I got this at Webb's in their back room, so it's probably discontinued or something at this point in life. But yeah, this is 109 yards. It's 75% wool and 25% silk. I think it was the silk that I was interested in because it's better for your hair, right? I don't know what's happening on TikTok. Let's see, and it's saying it's calling for a US 8 or knitting needle, or a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, which is an eye hook, which is what I do everything with. But I think, just looking at this yarn, that I would use my J, and this white J is my favorite of every hook I own. I think this is my favorite. I love this hook. Okay, so I pulled that out, and then remember I said I used to shop at the outlet a lot, so I have this Mill Ends 3-pack, and I'm not sure what it is, but I also have this in my stash, this Lion Brand Merino Yak Alpaca. I have 2 different colors of it. I have 2 of these. I mean, I'd love to use this because I love this denim blue color, but I don't think it's going to show up too nicely on the video. I think it's going to be a little harder to see. So I'm thinking that's a no, but it feels so nice. And this is just the, you know, another color I had of it, mustard-ish color. And I think this is, these mill ends are actually what this is, maybe? Merino Yak Alpaca. It looks very similar. Doesn't feel the same though. It feels softer. So I'm not sure what this is, but do they have an Angora blend? I bet that's what it is, because it kind of feels like Angora. It's very soft. It's softer than this. This has a more woolly, this is soft, but this has a more woolly feel than this. This has a really silky smoothness to it. So it's similar to this. So let's, I mean, in like weight. So let's see what this Merino Yak Alpaca, it calls for a 4.5 knitting needle or a 5 millimeter. So that would be an H hook. So this one, yeah, that does look like it would need an H or an I. So, okay, I love the color of it. So these are the choices. What do you all think I should use? Hi, Pat. Great, thank you. Any opinions? Anyone want to chime in? See, I'm already putting the lavender away. Because I don't think this is going to be it. although it feels really nice. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna set these aside. These are very nice. These yarns make me really happy. You know, I just want to use my favorite hook for it. Oh, barf. And it looks like I didn't even quite get the end either. There it is. Oh, lovely. Okay. I like the way it feels. Let me come in a little closer on it. Oh, somebody voted for the gold. Came in just a little too late for your vote. Okay, Invisible Woman, take 3. This is my 3rd time trying this on video. And I made a couple updates to the pattern just to, wait a minute, let me pull this up. This, I think, gives me a better. Yes, I can see what I'm doing a little bit better with that. Okay, so this pattern starts with a foundation single crochet, which you can do any way you like. I do a long chain, and I had one of my peeps was on here last night trying to find another YouTube video that described this. I don't know where I learned this technique. I don't know where it came from. You don't have to use it for your foundation single crochet. You can do it the regular way, which is to use chain stitches. But this way, this is a long tail. This is how I do it, okay? And you don't have to do it my way. So this is my tail. I'm taking my tail to the left. And then I'm taking my yarn supply is coming out to the right. And then you can also start with a slip knot, but I don't like knots, so I'm not going to do one. I'm just going to start with a half hitch on my hook with this tail yarn underneath the loop, okay? So any normal person would just make a slip knot here, okay? And then I'm going to take that bottom tail up and over. Okay, so I have like a loop and a half. And then my yarn supply, that's this one. Got a little slub there, pull through 1. Okay, and then I'm just kneading it up and then pull through 2. It's twisted. Okay. That's the first one. Okay, this is my tail under here. So tail goes up and over, pull through 1, pull through 2. And there's no counting, you just keep going with this until you have the size you want. So I measured my head My head is 22 inches. I'm actually going to go a little under that because I want the hat to be snug, and I know that it's going to stretch out a little bit. So you can put the amount of ease that you want. If you want it to be snug, do just a couple stitches of negative ease. I'm not going live on Facebook tonight because they keep muting my video. And they're saying that there's music in it, but there's no music. All you can hear is my clock ticking. I mean, I turned my TV off, my window's closed. There's nothing on the video. Facebook's been doing some really weird stuff. Like they won't let me link my products in my group anymore. And it's just weird. My voice is musical. I don't think so. I can't even sing anymore. I used to sing, but I don't sing anymore. Thank you for following. So tomorrow is the first day of the 6 days of self-care crochet along. I hope to see you all there. It should be a nice, relaxing time. I'm doing these self-care crochet alongs because it really does seem like people need it and want it. And Dark Snow Raven is saying, can you show the chain up close? I've never seen this technique. Let me see what it looks like over here on TikTok. I can zoom in a little. But I think if you really want to see, it better, go over to my YouTube channel because I'm live over there as well. I think that this technique is called long tail foundation single crochet, and I didn't make it up. But everything I have found about this technique is actually a long tail chain, not a long tail foundation. Foundation single crochet. So I'm using it as foundation single crochet because I'm making a hat, so I want it to be flexible around the outside. And I might not do mine really to measurement because it'll make it take longer. But I actually really like this yarn, so I don't know. This might end up in my hat basket by my door, which I don't know where my Invisible Woman hat, the purple one, I don't know where it ended up. I wore it the other day. I specifically kept it out to wear on these videos, and I cannot find it, so maybe this one will be for me. This has a lot of colors that I really like in it. I love turquoise and blue, and I love green. This might actually be a different colorway. This one says Baffin Island, and this one says Neptune. I have to go back in my box and see, because I usually buy 2 of everything, and maybe I picked up these 2 thinking they were the same. but I usually buy 2. So now I'm going to have to go back into that box and see. If I don't have 2 of the same, I'll just use them both in this hat. It's no big deal. So when you're doing any long tail technique, you want to make sure that the tail is long enough for however many stitches you're going to make. So I don't really know how many stitches, actual stitches, because I'm going from a measurement, right? So usually it's, you would do 1 inch per stitch. So if I knew I was doing 100 stitches, I would do 100 inches. So I don't know how many stitches it's going to be. So it's going to be around 22 inches. So I think I did about 3 times that length. I didn't really measure though. I just pulled out a couple arm lengths. Is that you, Barb? How you doing? Thanks for the follow. I'm excited about the, oh, that's good. I did a COVID test the other night when we were texting, and it was negative, but I really didn't feel well. I spent a couple days in bed. I don't really have too much recollection of it because I think there were a couple days there where I was like sleeping during the day, and then I was feeling better, but it was late at night. I'm having one of those days right now. I feel like it does not feel like 7 p.m. to me. It feels like, I don't know, 2 in the afternoon, but it's dark out. So it definitely, right now, I have this feeling of like it being the middle of the day. I'm going to be up all night. I can just feel it. I don't want to though, because I have a lot to do tomorrow. And I have the self-care crochet along starting. And I really want that to be a nice 6-day event. I purposely made the calls at different times for different people in the world. So people from different parts of the world in different time zones could access it. So if you can't come to everyone, it's okay. I'm not going to record the replays, but they will be available in my groups for a short time. Okay, now I'm going to join this in the round, and when you join in the round, you want to make sure that this is my supply main yarn, that it's going to be on the outside of this loop that we're about to make, and this is my tail, and this is how much I have left. So it's too much and it's in my way, so I'm just going to cut it off. Okay, and I marked this first single crochet. Barb says, will you continue working on... I haven't decided what I'm doing at the crochet along. I think I'm going to do something... I think I'm going to do a blanket for my own bed, actually, because I wanted, like, I want to wake up with a different feeling. So I want to make a blanket, and then I'll talk about it on the crochet along. So I want to wake up feeling a certain way, and so I want to make this blanket and put that feeling into the blanket. Um, okay, so what do I do next? Then you join with a slip stitch. Join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. So I'm just going to take that out so I can actually join. It's a little tight because I didn't make a knot. Join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. There's part of me that wants to, you know what, I'm just going to do this because this ends up making a weird little bump, and I want it to I'm just going to pull this tail through the bottom. And then back over. Because it ends up, while it's being worked, it ends up kind of being, this little bump is formed that I usually like fix when I weave in my ends, but I feel self-conscious about it in the video. Okay. Round 2, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I changed the pattern to include this more detailed information last night. You pull up a loop in the second chain from the hook, and then you pull up a loop under both loops of the next stitch, and then you pull through 2, and then you pull through 2. That's a linked double crochet. Okay, so we're going to continue linked double crochet around the whole entire first round. So to make a linked double crochet, instead of yarning over, you go under this crossbar loop and you pull a loop up from under there, and then you pull up another loop from the next stitch, and then you yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You know, I chose a hook that was a little bit bigger than what was suggested by the yarn, and I'm okay with it, but it's a little more difficult getting under some of these things, but I'm going to stick with this hook. Okay, linked double crochet, you go under that front loop, pull up a loop, you go under both loops of the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, pull up a loop, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. So I'm doing this because I wanted to, thank you for sharing the live. I wanted to make a rolled brim around this hat. And so the rolled brim is created by folding this in half. And I knew if I did that just with double crochet that it would have little holes all through the stitches. So I did this instead. Linked double crochet. And then on the next round, we're going to start the shaping, and also at the same time, we're going to roll this in half and connect it as a tube and create that rolled brim. Go under that front loop, go under both loops of the next stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2. Linked double crochet. I need to get a new pillow for this chair that will lift me up a couple of inches because this table is just a tiny bit too high for me. And I can feel it in my shoulders. I want to be just a little higher. I'm going to get one of those meditation floor pillows to put on this chair. If I'm only here, every couple of days or whatever, I don't really notice it, but when I'm here doing this every day, which I've been trying to go live every single day, and I've failed miserably, but I've been live a lot. Getting a lot of projects done, doing a lot of stuff on lives that people have been asking me about for a while. So this was requested, and then the 6-day supernova was requested. So I think I'm going to do the supernova next once I finish up these hats. I think I'm going to do this invisible woman hat, and then I think I'll do an invisible people hat. And I might do the Maya's roommates hats, and the regular hat and the swirly hat. And then we'll have hats, and people can make hats for October. October is hat month. I have a lady in my following. I haven't heard from her in a while, actually. I should check in with her. She would make a hat every day in October, every year. She would commit to one hat a day. Barb is asking me if I got hit by Ian. Yes, I did. We had Ian here on Friday, a little earlier than what was expected. But all I really endured was some, shaken nerves, rattled nerves. I was really scared, but it was just a lot of rain and wind. And for part of the day, we were under tornado warnings and watches. I did have a tornado warning come up on my phone. Take cover immediately warning. That's when I started to feel scared, because my house is on stilts, so there's no basement. There's nowhere to. I guess I could go under the house and get in the shed if I had to. I'm not sure that would be the smartest thing to do. I don't know. I guess I have to think about it, what I would actually do if I had to take shelter like that. But I decided to just go into this room here that I'm in, that's away from any windows. Well, I mean, there are windows in this room, but my whole front of my house is windows. But I don't think this would be a really safe house to be in if there were a tornado. So it didn't even occur to me that I could go downstairs and go into the shed underneath the house. That probably would be the safest thing to do. I don't know. It was super windy and scary for a while, and then it stopped, and I was fine. I can tell this is going to be too big for me, so linked double crochet. This is round 2. Yeah, it's too big. Didn't I say I was going to make it small? Thanks for the likes. But yesterday morning I woke up and it was an absolutely beautiful day outside. Today it was lovely as well. I went down and sat at the beach for a little while. I didn't go down onto the sand because the water's still coming up a little too far for me. So yeah, I just sat on the steps for a little while at the little access steps that go up over the dunes. Just sat there for a little while watching the waves. And it's still, the ocean's looking pretty angry, but the temperature was really lovely and the breezes are nice. It's really nice this time of year. I'm enjoying it. Hey Pat, yeah, we looked up the long tail foundation chain last night, but I didn't just do the chain. I did foundation single crochet. So I have not been able to find a video about that yet, but I know that I did not come up with this technique on my own. I'm just not that creative. I know you all think I am, but I'm not. I didn't come up with linked double crochet either. Whoops. Oh, this yarn's pretty. It's got some subtle variations in it that I really like. Yeah, Kathy was on last night and she looked up some of the foundation, found long tail foundation chain videos. And there is actually one of them that says long tail foundation single crochet, but it's not. It's long, it's the same as the long tail foundation chain. It is soft. Thanks for following. Thanks for the likes. Y'all are the best. Okay. Ta-da! I'm done. I did it. Round 3. This round is worked the entire round, catching the back loop of this stitch on top with the, oh, I did that goofy thing with my end. Great. Is that the end? No, it's not. That's this. Okay. So you're going to catch the back loop with the bottom loop of your foundation single crochet. Okay, and that's going to roll this up into a tube. Just want to make sure I'm going into the right place. I want to go into that one right there. Okay, so I'm going to catch the back loop of this with the bottom loop of the foundation single crochet, and I'm going in pattern, so it's 11 single crochet, 1 back loop, bottom loop, single crochet, back loop, bottom loop. I'm just checking. I want to make sure I'm going into the right one. Single crochet, back loop, bottom loop, single crochet, 11 of them. Where does it say that? Because somebody asked me that yesterday, but I fixed it. I don't know what I'm doing. That should be obvious by now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. 11. All right, well, I must have done something wrong. I don't think I can fix it while I'm actually on the live. Okay, I got it. I understand. Half double crochet, back loop, bottom loop. Okay, and the rest of the row, we're doing double crochet, back loop and bottom loop. Double crochet, back loop and bottom loop. Just make sure you're working into the very next bottom loop. I'm going to go all the way around to the last stitch of the round is going to be a half double crochet. I've never crocheted I-cord. Oop, I missed one. Honestly, I just think I saw a video with this technique and incorporated it. But I've never crocheted an I-cord for sweaters. Hi, Amy. No, I did not finish my wonderful wallaby. I will though, that yarn is too nice. Have you made any more wallabies, Barb, or have you worn the wallaby that you made? I have the most beautiful, I bought the most beautiful yarn for that project from a seller, a dyer called Sassy Strings. Sassy Strings Yarn Studio. What am I doing here? You don't want to miss any of the bottom loops. Check and make sure that you're working every single one, because then if you miss one when you get to the end, you're not going to have enough. It's going to be, there's a very awkward moment at the end of this round. You washed it and threw it in the dryer. Oh my gosh, I would be so scared to do that with anything I knit. Oh, sounds like it's raining. Okay. I'm gonna have to pause because my windows are open. So I'm gonna have to pause and come back. Y'all can see me in my weird little romper. Okay. Washable wool. Yeah, but the dryer, oh my goodness. Okay. Where was I? Sorry about that. Ooh, I really like this yarn. There's really not a lot of it though. I can already tell, you know that feeling you get when the skein starts to feel like deflating. Oops. You know, the first few rows of this pattern just don't feel like they flow. Hold on, I have a snag. Oh wow, it's really coming down. Can you hear that? One day I was sitting on a live in my membership community, and they were my friend Courtney, Goth Fairies, Courtney, my collaborator, was on the call, and she kept saying, "Hang on, I'm hearing something on my. I just want to make sure it's not my headset, because this is a new headset, and I'm getting some weird sound." And everybody was like, "Yeah, I hear it too." And it was like every time the wind blew in from my window, and I was like, "Those are ocean breezes. Y'all are paying for that." I'm excited to see what everybody brings to the crochet along tomorrow, what people have to bring. I made this too big, I can tell. Plus, it's taking too long. Ooh, I love this blue. If I don't get to the store for yarn for the hat pattern, it's going to be the blanket I've been making. Okay. You can just bring whatever you've been working on. I'm almost there. Okay, this is my tail, so trying to. Now, let's see if I can do that. Somebody that tested this put their tail inside. You know, I don't want to do that because I don't think it's going to be secure to do it like that. But that is something you could do. Let me put it part way inside so it's not in my way. There. But that would not be secure, but I'm just doing it to keep out of the way right now. Okay. And then the last stitch of the round is going to be half double crochet. Hi, Teresa. So I'm doing the Invisible Woman hat, and I'm on round 3. So it starts with a, thank you for asking for a recap. It starts with a foundation single crochet, and then a round of linked double crochet, and then round 3 is the round I just finished, and it is it connects the top of round 1 with the foundation, bottom of the foundation round, and makes a little roll. So it makes a little roll tube. I wanted like a rolled brim, like you see knitted hats that, like if you just cast on in the round and just start knitting, and then the brim will roll. That's what I wanted to emulate with crochet. This was a knitting pattern first, and then people asked me to make it a crochet pattern because they didn't know how to knit. A lot of my people are crocheters because of the 6-day stuff, so I made it into a crochet pattern. So that was round 3, and now I'm going to do round 4. So round 4 is the row that you're going to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat until you get the length that you want. And then there's 2 rows, a row 5 and a row 6, and you're done. But row 4 is the repetitious round that it's just the same thing until you reach the length that you desire. So let me just say the stitches, and then I'll talk a little bit more about this hat. So from here forward, I am going to work under both loops, but you can work under the back loop only if you want that line around your hat. I did that for some of them, but it's 11 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, and then 1/2 double crochet, and then double crochet around until the very last stitch of the round will be a 1/2 double crochet. Thank you for following. Tomorrow I'll be doing the 6 days of self-care crochet along. Bring any project you like. Oh, wow. Wow. Teresa says, my parents crocheted. My mom crocheted doilies, afghans, a crocheted hat for me, and it was purple. Wish I'd gotten the pattern. Dad crocheted tablecloths and doilies. Wow. How cool. Thank you, Serena. Colors by Cornelia Tuttle Hamilton. I just noticed that. I don't know who that is. I bought this a few years ago. It's from Universal Yarn. I bought it at Webb's in their warehouse. So that probably means that it no longer, it was discontinued, or the color was discontinued, or something of that nature. Because when I shop there, I usually go to the back room and I buy the stuff in the back. I mean, that's the whole, it's so fun. This whole reason to go there and shop the discounted yarns, as they have so much. Really beautiful yarns. And they have a wonderful yarn store in the front of, you know, like first quality stuff. But I usually go to the back and shop back there. Thank you. I love them. I love this color of, I love turquoise. Okay, so this row is double crochet around. You can actually put texture in if you want to put like cross, you know, crisscross stitches or something of that nature. Teresa says, I myself have crocheted 2 baby blankets, and at the moment I have 3 projects going at one time. Also 2 blankets, and on a circular tablecloth, maybe for a round table, so I don't need to put a towel down. Oh, wow. Amy says turquoise reminds me of the beach. Hirschner's is having a huge clearance sale on yarn. Oh, well, goodness. Y'all need to stop telling me about these yarn sales. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is very beachy. Look at this. You can't buy any. Okay, this is my last stitch of the round, and it's going to be a half double crochet. After the, you know, after you get those first 3 rows done and you get it set up, it's mindless. Teresa said it's difficult to make sense of the written directions. I can pick it up just by watching your crochet and other crochet videos. I mean, that's fine, but I really encourage everybody to learn how to read patterns and don't just rely on videos. This will really limit what you can do. I'm making the Invisible Woman hat. It's on my website, bettymcknit.com. It's free on my website with an ad-free PDF option. So I'll do one more 4, round 4. So it's 11 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 1 half double crochet, and then the rest double crochet all the way around to the last stitch of the row. And the last stitch is going to be a half double crochet. So do you see what's happening? It's coming in here. And this is the part that goes under your neck. I usually wear the skinny part in the back, but I have seen people wear it in the front. Ooh, look at these greens. Oh, the Invisible People hat is the beanie version of this hat. This hat is actually a tube that you can wear. You can wear it with long hair, braids, or, like I always wear my hair in this knot in the back of my head. You don't wear it on top like the messy bun beanie. You kind of put your hair through the top of the hat. My daughter wears hers around her neck. She doesn't wear it on her head. Yes, they do make nice headbands. You can stop. You don't have to make it super long. This is the one I made on Lives the other day, and I just did a few rows and made a headband. These colors are bringing me joy. The only problem is it's too big, so I'm probably going to rip it all out off camera and redo it before the next live. It needs to be smaller. I don't want to redo it on camera again. Done it so many times. It's one thing I really love about yarn is how forgiving it is. Well, I measured my head, but I think I must have measured it wrong because this is the second hat I've made that was too big. So there's my last stitch, half double crochet. I think I must have maybe measured around my ponytail. I don't know what I did. I got 20 that time. Yeah, maybe I put it around my... Thank you. I have a very small head. Don't laugh at me. I think because this is going to stretch, for me personally, I think I need just a little bit of negative ease. That's where you make it a little bit smaller than the measurement. You know, ease, you usually make it a little bit bigger. How does it work for the length of the chain? You, so this is one, you just make your starting chain to the measurement. That's how it works. So be sure you look at the pattern online because the video is not going to be enough information. Yours is 20 also, Barb? We both have small heads then. I feel like I must have had this, I don't know what I did. I'm constantly making mistakes. Constantly. Let me bring this down so I can, talk to the TikTokers. Whoa, too close. All right, that's going to be all for me tonight, I think. And then tomorrow, I'm really looking forward to seeing all of you at the 6 Days of Self-Care Crochet Along. It's at 2 p.m. Eastern, and all the times are different. So be sure and check the website and the event for a link to register, link in bio. Okay. Have a wonderful night, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.